What do you think of the show going back to its original format?
This season, with the contestants being older and also paired with All-Stars going through the entire season, it's going to be really interesting. Like, I felt a little stressed for the All-Stars. I was like, oh my gosh, because like these are people that are going to be, you know, their same age or older or younger, and that just to kind of see that dynamic and see, I think what people are going to be able to create week after week is going to be cool.
And what are you most excited for this season?
Selfishly, I'm excited to just get back in the studio and create again, because, you know, as choreographers, this is like our dream job, to get to like pretty much do whatever you want. You know what I mean? I'm really excited to see the dancing. I think the All-Stars, I don't know who they are yet, but I know anybody who's been an All-Star, they're incredible dancers, so I'm excited to see what they're going to do. And then I think the last thing is just to see what these contestants are going to bring, because it's fascinating to me that year after year, you know, season after season, we still have people that come and do incredible work.
And what's the most fulfilling part for you, choreographing the show?
I really like seeing the journey that the dancers have, you know, because we have very limited time with them, and it's a lot of information thrown at them, you know, in a very short amount of time. So, you know, when we get to that, you know, to get to the live show and we're all sitting there, and then you know that you've been a part of their transition and their growth through the process, you know, when something goes really well, it's incredible. Obviously, if it doesn't go well, it's slightly devastating, but, you know, it's really rewarding to see them dance on the stage and to see people affected by the work.
So how do you feel about the show going back to its original format?
Personally, I'm a lot happier. It allows the choreographers to deal with the serious subjects that they've been dealing with, whether it's breast cancer, whether it is homophobia or addiction. You know, you can't really do that with kids.
Mm-hmm. What are you most excited for this season?
Well, I'm most excited from what I've been seeing here is I'm seeing things that I've never seen before. You know, when the leg swipe came in, everyone was doing the leg swipe. Kid today did it with 2 legs at the same time, and you go, wow, that's incredible. The tutting, I don't know if you saw him, but he tuts with his hands, and it's amazing to watch. So we're seeing things we've never seen before, and therefore all the genres are moving on.
What do you think is your favorite part about judging?
You know, I no longer dance, so therefore I'm sort of vampiric. I get my energy and my dance experience through other people, and I suck it in. So even if they're not as good as I want them to be, I'm just happy that they're dancing.
So how do you feel about the show going back to its original format this year?
The kids were great, but there's just so many more topics and stories that we can tell through dance that are more appropriate with somebody that's a little bit older, and so I couldn't be more thrilled.
So what's your favorite part of judging on the show?
My favorite part of judging is being able to sit front row and center and witness greatness. You know, in a dancer's career, and I know even in my own career, that there was probably only one moment, one dance that I felt like, wow, you know, I don't think I could have done it any better than that. And to be able to sit there and witness somebody have that moment. And sometimes it's on an audition. They may never even have that during the season. And I've certainly seen that over the course of the seasons, is somebody has that moment that there's no way they could fall over. There's no way they'd lose their balance. There's no way they could have moved any more perfect.
What do you think is the hardest part about judging?
Telling people that they didn't make it this year. Mm-hmm. You know, with a show that's been on air for so many years, it's a whole nother meaning now with the kids that make it to this point and get on the stage. They have done nothing but, so many of them tell us that, well, I started watching this show when I was 3 or 4 or whatever, mm-hmm. and they've done everything in their power to get to this point. To tell somebody that you're not quite there yet, you know, and I know it was heartbreaking that is for those kids. That's the hardest part.